So one good way to start building any app is to start with a visual skeleton. And since we know what Flick Finder should look like, Storyboards makes this really easy. So we can just add as we go until we duplicate something that looks similar to this view. Let's take a look at the final storyboard now, and you can see we have, starting at the top, several UI labels. One for the title, a placeholder label that goes behind the image view, one for latitude and longitude, and then there is an empty one here. You can't see it because it has no text, but it is the photo title label, and that's where titles for the photos that appear will show up, as well as any information we want to give to the user in the case that some error occurred when we were searching. We can reuse this label to display some debug information. And then we have our text fields, of course, and our UI buttons and the image view. But something I want to draw your attention to is the fact that I'm using these transparent UI views to actually embed other controls. So why am I doing this? This is something that I've used before. It's kind of a quick trick to help actually make your UI easier to format. So when you're adding these constraints, by putting controls inside of a view, sometimes it just makes it easier and the auto layout performs a little bit better when you have these things self-contained like this. But this is by no means a foolproof solution. I'm just showing it to you here so that you don't know, like, where do these views come from? I'm just using these to help with our formatting. And since we have a relatively small app now, I don't think it's going to be a big problem in terms of performance or anything. It's just serving as a mechanism, again, to make the app layout a little bit easier to do. I'm not going to walk through each step that I took to produce this storyboard, but I am going to make it available as a Git branch for you to check out yourself. And I'll post the instructions for how to do that in the instructor notes. So don't worry if your storyboard doesn't look exactly like mine. You can continue to check out these branches throughout the course to follow along with me.